El Hombre to Hep Suzuki, but can he survive King Kenny? Hey everybody, Walty Wanderers, buckle up, strap in. We got a hard-hitting pull, no punches, no sugarcoating it, no rainbows or sunshine. I'm just going to give it to you and give it to you straight. We got a good one to unpackage today. Welcome to the show. I hope everybody's doing great. Let's jump back on the Moto merry-go-round and examine the good, the bad, and maybe a little bit of the ugly.
No, Welty, not the ugly. Only examine rainbows and sunshine and Loretta Lynn's.
No. Somebody's got to read between the lines and look between the ruts. We got some ruts to look through today. Hep Suzuki, welcome back to the swimming pool. This is gnarly. Suzuki in and of itself has been through a disastrous few years here. I mean, their bike is just still stuck in the Stone Ages. They're clearly throwing as much money as they can at Kenny's bike, but without Kenny on the track, I mean, they're relying on Colt Nichols, and that's about it. And it's just bad. I mean, you look at how many guys are bringing a Suzuki to the racetrack. It's little to none. I mean, like I always say, you don't ride the Suzuki because you want to. You ride it because you have to. And Kenny Boy was able to negotiate a big price tag, and he's making it work. Natural talent can make that bike work. So the $1 million question is, all fingers are pointing towards El Hombre, who had an unceremonious exit from Cowie, is probably going to be at Hep Suzuki. And this could be really, really bad. And I'm a huge, as you guys know, I'm a huge El Hombre fan, watches the show. He wants to freaking give it to you and give it to you straight, but he's pretty much silenced by the industry. But even with that industry handcuff, he's pretty much blown him up in his own way here and there. So he's pretty much to the end of the rope. Don't be surprised if he does a little whistle blowing here at some point. But the reality is this. This is going to be interesting because, first of all, like with Kenny, he's obviously probably making a lot more money than El Hombre. The challenge, I think, is going to be, and this is probably why we're going to see Anderson end up on the Hep Suzuki, is because for all intents and purposes, this is their factory effort, even though it's really a privateer program that's housing it. It's gnarly. With Anderson on the team, they might get a guy who's ready to do a full season, where right now Kenny is basically doing Supercross and playoffs and maybe a couple outdoors just to get the required SMX points to make sure he can avoid the LCQs. But Anderson, I think his contract will be a full season because Suzuki really, Kenny has breathed a lot of life back into that brand, or team rather. I don't think Kenny can save the brand because, like I said, you just don't. If he did, you'd see more Suzukis on the track than you do right now. You're just not seeing it. You know, Bar X bailed out. They're not running that bike anymore. Don't be surprised. I mean, things are teetering on a razor's edge for Suzuki to become the next like gas where you just won't see it. They're probably not going to be part of the American Motocross Supercross series anymore. But if they can get Anderson to sign on and commit to a full Supercross and a full motocross season, which in and of itself in this day and age, even on any bike, is hard to make happen at any age with injuries happening the way they are. But they need somebody to come alongside Kenny that's actually can put that bike on the track and actually maybe at least I would imagine top tens, consistently. Now Anderson, what his goal would probably be come out, light the place on fire, put in some gnarly finishes, and get back to a factory team. Now, if the money makes sense and he's liking the bike, hopefully they get an electric start on that thing at some point. And it's not even so much you have to have electric start. It just looks bad. It looks like you guys are in the Stone Ages, which you are. If you had the electric start on that bike, it will at least show that you're putting some development into the bike. But the reality is this. Here's where the rubber is going to meet the road. If Kenny does not like certain people, and they probably had to clear this with Kenny if we're going to bring El Hombre in. I think Kenny probably doesn't know or is friendly with El Hombre, so there's probably no bad blood, beef, or contentious feelings there. If I'd imagine, I don't remember those two ever getting into a spat or taking each other out. Kenny doesn't take people out. El Hombre used to take a few fools out for sure. But what if El Hombre starts putting in better finishes than Kenny? This is where Suzuki really rolls the dice. Now, on one hand, it would be great because they're going to get El Hombre, who they're about to pay for, to put in some really good finishes. But what if it comes at the risk of losing Kenny? And what if Kenny doesn't like or something just happens? This is really big because, Kenny is a big personality. He probably feels a little bit of pride of ownership bringing that bike back to life. The fact that he won on it in and of itself was a miracle. And I mean, it showed a lot. It did a lot for Suzuki for sure. But if El Hombre comes in and he starts putting in consistently better finishes than Kenny, and I'm not sure it's possible. I'm hoping so. I like both the riders. I'd like to see them both in the mix and doing well and be the Cinderella story. But is it even possible? And is there a possibility that Kenny might not dig it if El Hombre comes in and starts stealing some of the thunder? And final thoughts, I come to you as a friend, as a content creator, as a moto guy that wants to see you not only win on the track, off the track. Understand the waters you're swimming in now. They're shark infested. Hep Suzuki, welcome to the swimming pool. You've got Kenny Boy and what appears to be El Hombre coming to town. Will this get contentious? A lot can happen right now. Moto's getting fickle. The industry's getting swamp infested. There's a lot of things and a lot of personalities that are coming to play right now that could in fact make things trickier over there for you. Something's going to happen. Both these guys would love to get back on factory equipment. I think Kenny is happy where he's at. I don't think El Hombre is really excited to take this deal. I think it was the only deal available, and it was probably a good enough payday at least to get him over there. El Hombre, go in there, light it up, do what you have to do. If you have to dispatch Kickstart Kenny, so be it. But I'm sure your ultimate goal is to get back on factory equipment. So do whatever it takes to do that. Let the chips fall where they may. In the meantime, Walty will be here to blow the lid off it every step of the way. Because it's not only what we need, it's in fact what we deserve. If you appreciate the content, I want to humbly ask you to give the video a like, subscribe to the channel, leave a comment below. I'd love to hear from you. Social media link in the description of this video if you'd like to contact me there, along with the links to channels I've appeared on I think you might enjoy. If you enjoyed this video, you're going to love the next video, and there's an easy subscribe icon for your convenience. As always, thank you for your time. Don't go over the bars. God bless, and I'll see you on the next video.